This just in, President of the United States, Donald Trump, has just issued out a number of executive orders which include banning citizenship by birth for non-Americans. But before we continue this, please, there is a fair that is coming up on the 29th of January 2025, which is organized by yours truly, UNISERV. Who is UNISERV? UNISERV is an institution that connects intending students to universities across the world. From America to Europe to South Africa, UNISERV is here to serve your educational needs. Whether you want that master's degree, that bachelor's degree, and also further education, please, there is a fair that is coming up on the 29th of January 2025, where I'm going to leave the link in the description below, where you'll be able to register and sign up for the event that is coming up in a few days' time. Please do not miss out this opportunity to be able to grab that master's degree, grab that bachelor's degree, and have access to over 60 plus universities that will be helping out with your educational needs. UNISERV is a place for you. Well, in this edition of Legal News Daily, I'm going to discuss everything concerning why Donald Trump has been able to sign this executive order, and most important, how does it impact you, the ordinary Ugandan, you, ordinary African. Welcome to Legal News Daily, and let's discuss all of this moving forward. Hello everyone, welcome back to Legal News Daily. I'm your host Terry Kahuma on this channel, and I'm going to discuss what the brief facts are briefly. We all know that the inauguration of the President of the United States, Donald Trump, happened this week on Monday. And following his inauguration, he then signed what are called 207 executive orders. Now, what is an executive order? An executive order is a decision, is a formalized decision or an order that is made by the President of the United States. Now, the President of the United States has within his mandate, within the executive, to be able to grant an executive order or give an order saying that, you know what, from now onward, as President of the United States, I am issuing out an executive order stating that no more cutting down of trees until you're given proper notice by the National Environment Management Authority. So the executive order is granted to the executive arm of government. May I spell it out to you? We have three arms of government. We have the judiciary, we have the legislature, and we have the executive. That is in relation to Uganda. But now the United States has the executive, still the legislature, and the executive. Now, an executive order, a president does not have to consult either the judiciary or the legislature. The executive order is granted by his office because the president's office is given under the executive. Now, an executive order is not a law. It is not a law that is passed by either our parliament here in Uganda, or it's not a law that is passed by the Congress. Now, the Congress, you all know, is a parliamentary version of the United States. We have the Congress, we have the House, and we have the Senate. All of them sit to formalize a law, which is a bill turning into a law. Now, an executive order, if President Trump has now issued out an executive order stating that I am now banning, meaning I'm now stopping any person who is a non-citizen or non-resident of the United States from giving birth in the US, meaning that all newborns or every new child that is given birth to in the United States is not a citizen anymore, because according to their 14th Amendment in their Constitution of the Republic of the United States, it was stating that any person, whether you're black, whether you're white, whether you're Asian, once you are born on US soil, that makes you a citizen of the United States. Therefore, the 14th Amendment gives the birthright to any person who is born in the United States. So according to the executive order given by Donald Trump, he's saying that I am banning or I am stopping two major groups. Number one, if a mother is giving birth in the United States and she's not a citizen of the US, if she's not a citizen of the US and if she's not a permanent resident of the United States, even if she gave birth in any of the 50 states, Iowa, New York, California, then that does not guarantee that her child is a citizen by birth in the United States, and therefore, even if they are born in the US, they will not become a US citizen by birth. So that executive order carries the weight of a law that has been passed by the Congress and the House, but doesn't necessarily mean that it is a law that is passed by the House. So meaning that an executive order carries the weight of a law, but it is not a law in itself. So an executive order is given to the federal government. The federal government is one of the major arms of the United States, executive arm of its government. So meaning things like the FBI, which is the Federal Bureau of Investigation, the CIA, and other arms of the federal government which lie under the president's office. These are the offices that will be implemented, or these are offices that will implement or take in effect what is called the executive order. So if Donald Trump is saying that no citizen or no non-citizen of the United States cannot give birth in the US, or the fact that their kids are being born in the US doesn't mean that their kids are United States citizens. So that is the first phase. The other group of people who are affected by this are people who go to do the normal cheyo. Cheyo means odd jobs in the US, and also people who have gone on things like tourist visas, work permits, student visas. Anyone who is not a citizen of the United States or permanent resident and is not recognized by the US government does not have that privilege of their child being born in the US, and therefore the 14th Amendment law in the US Constitution does not apply to them. So therefore, what am I trying to say? Ordinary Ugandans, Africans, Asians, Europeans, if you're all running away to go to the United States and give birth, according to this executive order, meaning that your children being born in the US does not guarantee them the right to be born as American citizens. Finally, before I continue, just know that the House and Senate, being on the legislature and the judiciary arm of the United States, they can challenge an executive order, meaning the Congress, the Senate, and the House can decide that if what Donald Trump is saying is true, that he's banning citizenship by birth, it means that as the House, we can then challenge his executive order in the Supreme Court or any district court in that particular state. But ideally, it should be the biggest Supreme Court in the United States. However, we've already even seen that 18 states in the United States have already sued the executive order. They have taken it upon themselves to file lawsuits in the Supreme Court, taking on Trump's decision. And if it is seen by the judge of the Supreme Court that indeed this executive order is not fair, then they will overturn the executive order, and therefore it will have no effect. Many presidents in the United States have issued out executive orders, but a new president, now meaning Trump, has the right to go and squash an executive order that was done by Joe Biden. Meaning that even if Trump's executive order stands in this 4-year term that he has, the next president, let's say Hillary Clinton, then can issue out an executive order destroying Trump's executive order that he issued out concerning citizenship by birth, and meaning that any immigrant or non-American can be able to give birth in the US. So, thank you for listening to me. And when you're truly Terry Kahuma, please, as you look at executive orders, just know that you can be able to study in the US, study without being worried about being banned by any of Trump's executive orders. How will this happen? Just know that there is a fair coming up on the 29th of January 2025, organized by UNISERV. Once again, UNISERV is an institution that connects interning students to 60+ universities, and this fair is happening from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. at the Golf Course Hotel. So, until next time, please click on the link in the description below, where I'll be able to provide the link where you will be able to sign up and register for this fair. Until next time, let's see where these executive orders will come, and let's just see what the impact of this will be. Until next time, I'll see you. Bye-bye.